All right, the dart season is back upon us, and I've got my predictions for the first round of the Masters. All right, everyone, we're back. Masters darts starts tomorrow here. If I look at UK, I think you're already in the next day. 12 o'clock, 5 hours, it's 7 o'clock here, 12 o'clock there. So maybe today, or if you're in North America, tomorrow. But anyways, looking forward to it. It's fantastic. It's good to get the dart season back up. It's been a month, and it looks like it's going to be go for quite a while here. But the first tournament up, usually not my favorite for sure. It used to be the top 16, and now with the top 24. Obviously, Johnny Clayton used it as a big springboard to go have a fantastic year. They call it the year of the ferret. He had a fantastic year. He wouldn't have been in the Premier League, wouldn't have won the Premier League. And you could argue his World Grand Prix and all his events that he won this year, probably the Masters was the springboard. He played excellent in the Masters. But typically this tournament is where the darts players have all had a month off, and they come back and they're stretching their legs and getting ready for the big tournaments and get a big payday to do so. You might see some new darts come out. It's typically the tournament that I think if you asked the darts players of all the tournaments on TV, you know, other than maybe the World Series, the Masters is probably the lowest, but I still think we're going to see a doozy. The increase to 24, the Premier League spot on the line, makes this way more exciting. So what I'm going to do is get into my my picks. Again, maybe before I start, how did I do in the predictions for tour cards? Terribly. I got 4 of my 10 in the UK and 2 out of my 10 in the EU Q School. I'm going to be honest with you. I've taken a look at all the tour card holders, and I'm not that excited. I'm not. Take away Matt Campbell, who I'm excited to watch play, North American. There's another North American Dutch person who came from EU. I don't know much about him, but sure. Josh Rock seems like a young kid to watch. Rafferty will be fantastic for the tour. And then you get Scott Waits, Mickey Mansell. I'm just not interested. Richie Burnett. Like, okay, Richie Burnett kicks his foot out and he looks stupid when he does it, but he's not, like, if you take a look at, I'm going to hold this, I'm going to keep the list, but I don't know how many, I think it was 32 tour card holders that joined. I'm going to guess very few of them are going to be here in 2 years. My prediction anyways. I'm just not excited about Ross Montgomery, please. I'm just not excited by it. I think there's some other names I would have been excited for that didn't get through, unfortunately, for the tournament, or for the tour. Again, I'm not really excited by it. A couple, I guess, I'm going to be excited by, but anyways, they did get the tour card. What am I going to say? Oh, you didn't get your tour card? You got your tour card, but we'll see. Anyways, let's get into the Masters. I've got a couple of bets as well, so hopefully I can get you some money, because I'm going to try to get my money myself. But we'll go into it. First game up, I'm not surprised that this is your first game up. Krzysztof Rutowski against Gabriel Clemens. Both for the last, since I would say the Grand Slam of darts have been terrible. It's fair to say. I think the Grand Slam of darts destroyed both of them. Krzysztof Rutowski got trounced by Gerwyn Price, hasn't been the same since. He won the Players' Championship 30 before, and then he's been terrible. He lost in the Players' Championship finals. He was very bad against Steve Lennon in the World Championship. So I don't know what to expect. And then you got Gabriel Clemens, who got through Louis Williams, only because Louis Williams was probably the worst average in doubles hitting I've ever seen. And, you know, Gabriel Clemens then went up against Johnny Clayton. Now, granted, Johnny Clayton took him to the woodshed. He takes a lot of people to the woodshed, but he was terrible against him. So you got two players that are coming in no form. You're going to guess they were one of the ones that didn't take some time off and practiced. They got a chance to make some money in this tournament. And if you take a look at the record between them, Rutowski pretty much owns it. So I'm going to take Rutowski to win it. I think it's going to be a slog. If you miss the first game, this is going to be the first game. I think it's the worst game on the ticket, to be honest with you. But I like Rutowski to win this one 6-3. Next one up, I think, is going to be a good one. So you go from a one to what I think will be a good one. Dave Chisnall against Stephen Bunting. Now, Stephen Bunting lost to Ross Smith in the World Championship, and Chisnall lost to COVID, so he hasn't lost in a while. He beat Mike Decker, but didn't get a chance to play Luke Humphries. So again, you got heavy scoring in this game. They both get the advantage of looking ahead and seeing James Wade. The Premier League's on the line. You play a good game here, you got a chance to get to at least the quarterfinals, and then I think you're going to get into trouble. But there's a chance for you to make a good run here. So I think there's going to be a lot of pressure on the players. Again, what do I expect? Bunting, they're very similar players, hot and cold. If Chisnall scores, it's over. If Bunting can score, like these guys can hit 180s for fun. You just don't know. They talk about the A game. There's the big A game, and then there ain't no B game. It goes right down to C. And sometimes I've seen Chisnall throw D's. I'm just going to look at who's the better scorer. To me, Dave Chisnall's the better scorer. I'm going to take Dave Chisnall to win this one 6-5. I'm not interested in betting on this one at all. There's some good odds for Bunting if you really think Bunting's going to win, but I don't have a lot of confidence in that. I think Chisnall's going to win this one. Next game up, another good one. Ryan Searle against Mervyn King. Again, Mervyn King terrible in the World Championship, and Searle did not play his game against... actually, I didn't think he played really well in that tournament, but Players' Championship was fantastic. The final against Peter Wright. What do you expect? Mervyn King had the big run last year. Ryan Searle, first time in. Again, Premier League looking you dead in the face. Again, I don't think it's going to affect these players at all. I don't think Ryan Searle wants to be in it, to be honest with you. And Mervyn King, I don't think cares. So I don't think there's going to be as much pressure as maybe a Chisnall Bunting would have. I like Searle to win this one 6-4. I think it'll be a good game. I could see it going both ways. Not interested in betting this one either. So I'll take Searle to win 6-4. Next game up, Rob Cross against Brandon Dolan. Cross, great games in the tournament. Just ran into a buzzsaw and Gary Anderson, but he beat Raymond Van Barneveld, had a doozy against Gurney. And Dolan, who's a solid player. So the thing is, this is where you get into an issue. Dolan is definitely capable in a best of 6 legs of beating anybody. And I mean anybody. He could beat Michael Van Gerwen, he could beat Gerwin Price. He's a consistent player. But when it gets to a longer format, that's where you don't favor him, because he's got to keep that scoring up. He doesn't have that scoring game. He's got a very consistent. He's like James Wade. Cross can hit you with the scoring. He can hit you with 11 dart legs. He can just blitz you. So because of that, I'm going to take Rob Cross to win this one 6-3. And again, these two players might be looking ahead. Jose de Souza is a nice draw for your seeds. And I think whoever wins this one takes Jose de Souza to the woodshed as well. So they might be looking ahead. Again, Rob Cross, Premier League, probably a little pressure. Brandon Dolan, I don't think he's going to be thinking about Premier League here, but maybe puts a little bit extra pressure on Cross. Does he deal with it? He's a world championship. He's a world champion. He's won majors. He deals with it. I just think he's got the better scoring game, so I'm going to take him in better form at the time. So I'm going to take him to win 6-3. Next one up, Dimitri Bergh against Ian White. We all know what Ian White does on stage, so I'm going to keep the commentary to myself. 6-2, Dimitri Bergh. Ian White, thanks for coming out. Hopefully I don't get to see you in too many more tournaments, because you're boring to watch and you're consistent at missing everything. Choker. Next one up, I think, is this is where I'm going to put my money to. You got Daryl Gurney against Joe Cullen. I think Daryl Gurney played well against Rob Cross. I think he deserved a better result, but again, played well. Joe Cullen was an absolute disaster in the World Championship. I don't know. There should be no Premier League thoughts going through Joe Cullen and Daryl Gurney's head. I know Daryl Gurney, but I don't care. Joe Cullen thinks he should be in a Premier League. He lost. He lost to Martin Clearmacher, who threw an 88 average. Piss off, bud. Now, can Joe Cullen blitz him? He certainly can. But I like Gurney. Gurney's way more consistent. I'm taking Gurney, and I'm going to take the price. I get a good price. When you got two players that are, I think Gurney's the better player, and you're getting a plus dollar, I'm getting good odds for that, I'm going to take that and run with it. So even though Joe Cullen can win, I'm not saying he can't win. I think Daryl Gurney's the better player at the moment. And when he's the better player at the moment, I look at the odds and he's the underdog, I'm taking that. So I got a plus 120 on that. And I'll take Daryl Gurney, single bet on this one, just one bet. Daryl Gurney to beat Joe Cullen, and I'm going to like this one 6-4. Next matchup, this could be good, this could be bad, this could be weird. The board's going to get chewed up. I don't know. Dirk Van Duijvenbode against Simon Whitlock. Now, Simon Whitlock is the fill-in for Danny Noppert, who's at home waiting rival's kid, so cool there. So shame Whitlock had to come in, but whatever. Dirk Van Dijvenbode is obviously, he's fun to watch. He hasn't been very good though for a while. It's been a while, and Simon Whitlock obviously on the floor has been terrible. He just barely qualified for the Players' Championship. The fact that he's even in the top 32 is kind of surprising to me. Okay, so who's going to win? This could go either way. Slog. I want no part of it on a bet. But they're going to have to change the board. Simon Whitlock will probably bring something that'll rip up a board. I heard they changed board companies. It won't matter with this guy's darts. I see Simon Whitlock missing a lot more doubles in key moments, so I'll take Dirk Van Dijvenbode. When this one's 6-5, it'll be fun to watch. Next one up, I think this is your trip out to the woodshed. Luke Humphries over Devin Peterson. Let's face facts. I was all over. Luke Humphries was the underdog against Nathan Aspinall. He was getting plus 110. I took the bet, and unfortunately Nathan Aspinall had to pull out of the tournament. Now it's like minus 400 for Luke Humphries. So I think if Aspinall would have played, I would have loved Humphries to win. So if you're changing out Aspinall for Peterson, and I was already going to take Humphries, you know where I'm going with this one. Humphries to win this one, clearly. And I think it'll be the biggest landslide. I think it'll be a 6-1 victory. Now, I've got the one bet, as I said before. I really like the Daryl Gurney over Joe Cullen. Now, watch Joe Cullen hit blitz at 120 average, and then the next round he'll fire his nonsense. But I like Daryl Gurney to win this one. That's my first bet. And then I've got a 3-team parlay that pays fantastically. I cannot believe I'm getting this price. I'm getting a plus 204 price on the following matchups. Rutowski to beat Clemens. It's a bit nervous, but again, two bad players. So I'm just going to go with the one that's, or two players are not in form. I get that, but I like Rutowski more than Clemens in that one. So I'm going to take Rutowski. I'm also going to take Cross over Dolan as part of a parlay. And the last one, Luke Humphries over Devin Peterson. I like all three of those games. That pays together plus 204. So I also went with that. So again, Gurney, just one. Gurney to beat Cullen, straight up, one bet. And then a 3-person parlay, Rutowski, Cross, and Humphries. Hope everyone enjoys the darts. What I will do is after the first day, I'll have my predictions for the second day. Don't know who's in the second round yet, so I can't give it to you. One thing I will say about this tournament, who I expect to win right off the bat, you got to like Michael Van Gerwen. I think he's been sitting at home stewing. I know Peter Wright's gone, I think he went to his daughter's wedding. Gary Anderson got married. A lot of people have been on vacation, but you got to think about it. Like Wright coming into this. Now, granted, Wright won the World Championship and then won the Masters of the same year. But you got to like the ones that didn't have a satisfactory result in the World Championship and took it personally. Michael Van Gerwen didn't even get a shot. He's going to be hungry. He's going to want to win it. I'm not, as everyone knows, I'm not a big Chihuahua fan, but this tournament I do favor him to do really, really well. And I've heard Gerwin Price. I think he had good results. He lost a great game to Michael Smith. I don't think he's been chomping at home. But the couple other people, Dave Chisnall, got taken out. You could argue unfairly, and I think Michael Smith's your other one that you got to look for in this tournament. Just chomping at the bit, got a nasty taste in the mouth. Let's get going here. So those are the ones that I expect to have some decent runs here. Hope everyone enjoys the darts. I will chat with you tomorrow. Cheers.